From local government issues to national government issues. Let's take you back to the National Assembly now, where President Cyril Ramaphosa was responding to MPs' questions. Our reporter, Juniour Khumalo, is there getting some reaction. His very first question and answer session since the new government came into power, Juniour.
Indeed, Vuyo. The very first question and answer for the president and some, I guess, disheartening observations by the president when he said that the country at this point cannot establish a sovereign wealth fund because financially the country is challenged. The money that it makes, the revenue that it currently makes can only go basically so far. And there's a lot of challenges at this point. The debt to the country, the debt that the country owes is quite crippling. He also admitted that most of the money has to go basically to providing services to South Africans. So those are some of the challenges that the 7th administration, Vuyo, has to deal with. But I'll just bring in the ANC Chief Whip in Parliament, Mr. Mtumseni Ntuli. Thank you so much for joining us. Quite a lot of challenges that the president basically detailed. What are some of the solutions that the 7th administration is looking into, especially when it comes to the financial situation of the country?
Well, thanks, June. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to the viewers at home. I think, obviously, what is going to be central to the work of the 7th administration is to do everything and anything possible to ensure that we grow the economy. And I'm very happy with a variety of interventions which are being led by the security cluster, particularly the Minister of Police, which really are helping us to address some of the perennial challenges relating to security, crime, and all of those things. There are still difficulties, but I think the future looks brighter in terms of overcoming the scourge of crime and corruption in our country. And those are the things that we need to deal with. And of course, with the stability in the energy sector that we're seeing over the past few months, those are all signs which are quite significant for us to ensure that the country is able to attract domestic and foreign investment into the economy, because all of these things that we want to achieve will remain impossible unless we deal with the challenges and the prerequisite to build an economy that serves the majority of our people.
And just the demeanor of the members of parliament in this sitting this time around, not too many disruptions. Do you think this is going to continue within the 7th administration?
Well, I think the situation is quite different in this administration. I mean, starting from the time when President was elected, throughout the period up to where we are today, I think there's a recognition amongst political parties, including those who came 10 years ago, who may have had a different approach and mentality to what is meant to be a member of parliament. I think there's a recognition that the things are quite different. And if you proceed in the manner that they used to do, which is destructive, unconstructive, it really doesn't add value to them. And obviously, it will not be able to attract more support from the South African electorate. So for us as the ANC, it gives us an opportunity in a very good environment to advance our policy position in a constructive way, to engage with those who hold a different view from what we're advancing, equally in a very constructive way, so that we're able to really accelerate on our task of the reconstruction and development of our country.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ntuli. Let me just also bring in the DA National Spokesperson, Lerato Hahao. Thank you so much for joining us. The President has spoken about some of the challenges that are facing the 7th administration. As the Democratic Alliance this time around, you are part of the 7th administration. Are you happy with some of the responses that the President gave today?
We're certainly happy with one of the questions that the President answered on the agricultural sector. You would also recall, Junior, that in as part of the first communication that Minister Steenhuisen, the Minister of Agriculture, as part of his first communication, the call that he made was broadening access to small and emerging farmers, to making sure that we thicken the support necessary for those farmers, for their participation to growing our economy, but for them to be able to live meaningful lives, right? So we welcome then the President's response that supports Minister Steenhuisen's call in that regard, because it is very important if we are going to broaden our economy that we look at such industries that play a critical role at not only giving a facelift to South Africa, given the history of this country, but play an important role in making sure that tomorrow people don't have to worry about food security at all. So that response is very important. And so we're very happy that the President also sees the importance of upskilling Black emerging farmers and previously disadvantaged groups in a way that secures our economy well. So we're very happy about that.
Okay, thank you so much, Lerato. Bravuyo, that is the national spokesperson of the Democratic Alliance saying that they are happy about the answers that the President gave. But definitely it's a government of national unity because we did not see those tough questions being asked to the President. We are so used to the official opposition back then, John Steenhuisen, getting up and asking the President tough questions. We expected a question around the Justice Minister and her position given the VPS scandal that was reported against her, but we did not see any of that happening, Vuyo. We are yet to see whether the MK party as the new opposition is going to do this come the next Q&A with the President.
Juniour Khumalo in Parliament.